CG.
As a channel member, we want to have stuff for you guys. What we plan to do, of course, have those emojis, a bonk emoji.
Yeah.
We want to do comic strips for you guys to kind of keep our characters and comics out there, keep the creative blood flowing, and just little strips, maybe monthly.
Develop notifications, sub if you haven't. We're trying to make the best content we can out here and do something more like a podcast.
Let's get out of here. I've had enough of this.
Ooh, what a rush! Let's go!
Who are those guys?
Your brothers? No.
Yes!
Get him to get on my nerves. Who are those guys? I couldn't do that. Could you do that? How can they do that? Who are those guys?
The fucking DIAZ brothers!
Connor, I know the media has a ton of questions for you, so I just want to ask you, what do you think of this turnout?
Yeah, fuck the DIAZ brothers, yeah? Fuck those cockroaches!
It's enough to get me to the boiling point!
It's the DIAZ Brothers Show, live from Studio Z in Brookfield, Illinois. Let's get a soft round of applause for Phil and Brandon Diaz.
Hello. Yeah, how's it going? How's it? We don't even have the light. Keep it quiet. Keep it quiet. Turn the light on, Brandon. Thank you.
We can't make much noise.
We can't make much noise today, but can you guys hear us? How do we sound?
Am I coming in clear? Hey, Mom, I said, am I coming in clear?
We got a Gordon Goodbrother in the chat saying nothing soft here, bros.
That's what I like to hear.
It's good. It's good. It's good to have everybody here in the stream. Yeah. Feel free to tweet this out. We are live. It is Friday, the start to CGIF.
That's right.
Thank you for being here. We had an amazing stream last week.
Yeah, it was great. Over 70 viewers.
Was it over?
At one point, yeah.
That's amazing. Over 70 viewers. You guys were excited about the new updates on the next books. We got some sales on the website, which was amazing. Great chat. It's great to see everybody. But we can't be too loud today because there's filming going on
in the next room.
This wall, on the other side of this wall, people are filming a documentary.
Mm-hmm. And when they built this building, they stretched the drywall like calfskin across a drum.
Is that true?
It just resonates into every other room. Yeah.
So we can't be too loud. We'll have to contain our excitement this episode. I'm going to raise my mic a little bit here. See if that helps my back. But we're going to say hi to the chat here, everybody. We're going to go through. We always appreciate
good chat.
Good chat. We have Rand Nada throwing out the barrels. Look at all those barrels. We have a lot of barrel talk today, which is exciting.
Getting a text message saying that they could hear us even though we're talking at this level.
They can hear us?
Yeah.
That's good. That's really good. Mr. Bobby is in the chat. Bobby Crucifix dropping the bosom. Corey Barton, fan of the bosom right there. Hail, Corey. Neff is in the chat. If you guys are into ASMR, feel free to put some headphones on and enjoy the show. Some person is here, as always. Gordon Goodbrothers, we said before. Now, Ren, Mr. Sonny Crockett is in the chat.
Oh yeah, awesome.
Mr. Sonny Crockett. I was actually Sonny Crockett. If you haven't read Magic
have
Cop,
to even go further down into the diaphragm here.
Yeah, that's what
so
we
we
have to
don't
do.
get.
But Sonny Crockett, feel free to check out Magic Cop. That is our first comic. I was just looking over Magic Cop 2 the other night.
Yeah.
Really fun stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome splash pages in that.
Yeah.
And Wackass was on a stream talking about how he's really excited for number 3. The Voyager is here. Is that too loud?
Yeah.
Sorry. I'll keep it down.
You gotta do your like. There was a Saturday Night Live skit called "The Delicious Dish." You remember Alec Baldwin on there with the sweaty balls?
Yeah, the sweaty balls one.
I think that's the feeling that we need to go with for this episode here.
All right, turn your volumes up, guys. Yeah. Put your headphones in. Stay a while.
Yeah, get comfortable.
Angela Curry is here. Happy Friday, she says.
It's definitely fireplace and a flannel feeling episode today.
Yeah. Make yourself some hot cocoa as well. Robert H is here. Build a fireplace. MC with the golf clap. Thank you for the golf clap today. Scrolling down here. He's a Munster. He's a Munster is here. Says, I see that you what you did there, and yes. Hyper Wizard sketch. Love sketch 51's art. Gordon says, what? Did someone drop off one of your babies? No. I feel like I'm listening to NPR.
Yeah,
it's really.
I wish we had a silent bonk.
Oh, a silent bonk?
Yeah, that would be really good for this episode, I think.
Yeah, I don't think we have one. They're not filming porn or prawn. Sorry.
No, it says porn.
Yeah, just being careful here. Casting couch. Let's see, getting to the more of the modern comments here. Talking about sweaty balls.
Yeah.
Got plenty of barrels. Alan's in the chat. Says galloping gulps for filming next door.
Yeah, so they're filming Doc's portion of the documentary, which is being filmed for 10 days now.
This is only going to be first day.
Right, this is day 1. Yesterday was just the setup.
The prep day, yeah.
Just the setup of all of the cameras and everything. And it looks like a movie studio.
So if you guys, those of you that guys don't know, maybe this is your first time here, why don't you hit the like and subscribe? But we work for a big arcade in the Chicagoland area. We got Hey Yo from Michael Bancroft. And the arcade is the largest arcade in the world. We have the most games. We've worked for the company for about 11, 12 years. And there's now someone's doing a documentary on the company.
Yeah. And the video game production.
The video game that we're working on, which I was just playing today. And so this documentary has been going on for a while, filming. And now the documentarian's done filming the whole everybody, right?
He'll probably come back around again, I'm thinking.
For the first round. And now he's interviewing our boss. He's got a bunch of questions.
Too many questions.
And then it's scheduled for 10 days. Am I right? 10 days?
10 days.
10 days of filming.
3 hours a day, 4 hours a day at least.
So we had to take everything out of his office, basically.
Yeah.
Film it up like a film studio. And it's 10 days of work.
Yeah. Henry Bemis asks, are you guys in the documentary? Yeah, we're going to be in the documentary as well.
Yeah.
They do interviews of everybody that's been working here, especially people who are working on the game.
Yeah. He asked me about comic stuff.
Yeah.
In the documentary. So talk a little bit about that.
You'll see in one of my interviews, is my earlier interview with him. I was wearing with my Down with Mainstream Archaeology shirt.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That might get you suicided. Be careful on that.
It's going to get me on Joe Rogan. That's what's going to happen.
That's true. Yeah. Graham Hancock. We do though.
Yeah, we own a bunk. We're probably gonna have to mute the
Well,
our
I lowered
audio.
it. It's pretty low.
I think you should probably just mute it.
Well, we do have a beautiful donation super chat here from Angela Curry for $5. Thank you, Angela. Says, "Hey Diaz Bros, may I get a silent bonk? Cheers." Well, we could do. You remember when we were in maybe like junior high, high school? You weren't really in junior high.
No, I didn't go to junior high.
High school, you'd have some of the classes, or when you would go to assemblies, right, where they take you in front of the stage. Maybe they do like a PSA, don't say gay, that kind of thing. And then when everyone would clap for the hearing impaired, they would clap. You remember how they would clap for the hearing impaired?
No, I went to regular school.
So did I. So did I. But does anybody know the hearing impaired, how you clap for them? You take your hands, and it's kind of like you're doing some sort of Hindu dance. And they're like this.
Why wouldn't a regular clap work?
Because they're deaf, Brandon.
Yeah, but they could still see it, right? Because they have to look at you, right?
No, they get confused.
If you're clapping,
maybe that means something else in sign language.
There was
so we could do that.
A short Instagram video I saw, and it was on that subject of a deaf person, right? And the person was on an airplane, and it said casual person yawning on an airplane, and it had the person. And then it said the deaf person looking at them, freaking out because they thought they were screaming for some reason.
Dude, that's hilarious.
Yeah. So,
I hope that was sufficient enough for Angela.
What are you talking about?
When I did my deaf clap.
As the bonk?
Yeah, instead of the bonk.
No,
Angela.
we have to do the bonk.
Oh, you want us to do the bonk?
Yeah, we'll just mute our speakers here.
Here's the bonk for you, Angela. Should we do the regular one?
Sure, just mute our speakers.
It's not. We don't.
I'm telling you, just do it
low. Look at this.
Just in case, because that's. All right.
Well, thank you. That was great. A great bonk.
It was a great one. Yeah. So some person in the chat there, he's on my side with, I feel like the deaf people would be able to see me clapping.
Yeah. I agree with that. We probably should have warned them about the bonk.
Oh, yeah.
Because if
just crank
their volume's up and then
is there a way to do
ears
those?
molested?
Is there a way to do those with
audio?
Yeah, mute the audio on them.
I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so.
Not.
All right, we got another super chat. Mr. LE says another bonk, please, for $2. Thank you. I'm gonna do the deaf clapping. If you want to join me, Brandon, do you want to?
Yeah. No, I like to do the Tom Goes to the Mayor style.
Tom Goes to the Mayor clap. All right, let's cue up another bonk. Be careful of your ears if you're wearing headphones or your ASMR setup. Thank you. That was great. That's another great.
That's a good bonk.
Another great
bonk.
bonk.
You guys in the chat.
We really appreciate it. Sonny Crockett says Tubbs gets like this once in a while. I can see that.
Well, he's from the New England region up there. Things are a little bit different than they are in Miami normally.
Yeah, a little faster paced. Yeah. Henry Bemis says if a deaf man doesn't hear clapping, did it really happen? I think that's a Zen riddle. Yeah. It makes you think.
I think that's how they found the last Dalai Lama, actually, with that one. Yeah.
Okay. Sumo Thori in the chat. What's up, Sumo? He says, this is creeping me out.
For the people who just joined us, we've gained so many viewers right now.
Yeah.
So
thanks for coming in.
Currently, they are filming a documentary in the room just behind Salma Hayek right there. And as this building was
Speak
built
into the mic, Brandon.
as cheaply as possible, they stretched the drywall like a drum head across the beams. And so any sound
Thin
wave,
walls.
the acoustics are magnified because I'm getting
very
text
loud.
messages that they can hear us.
Oh, they can hear us
That's what I'm getting. Yeah.
next door.
Yeah.
How is that? I thought you meant like
technically
Jessica. I thought you meant like Jessica was texting.
No.
Oh, okay.
Doc was texting me.
What?
You can hear them a little bit though.
I guess, but they're not speaking like we're speaking.
Right. I'm sure they must be speaking normally. Yeah.
I hope you guys can hear us out there.
Yeah.
You got Mark, isn't it? Jay says, "Hey yo,
hey yo,
hey yo."
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Hey yo.
Everybody likes the deaf clapping, Brandon.
No, I don't think
They
so.
do.
I mean, it fits in some places, I guess. But
Gordon says, "But can she clap with her hands and without her hands at the same time?" Oh, and he does the peach emoji.
Did you ever see that? There's a guy on Instagram. He's a black guy, and he'll be at like a gas station, right? And then he'll be with like some hoochie chick, and he'll be like, "Hey, let me. How would you rate me?" And then they'd be like, "Oh, 7." And then he'll be like, "Okay, 10, okay. Would you date a guy like me?" And they're like, "Yeah, I guess." And he's like, "Okay, all right. Do a little spin for," and it's the same shtick every single time. And I don't know where he's finding these women, but it's
And that's
pretty
it?
fun.
That's the
Well,
end of
he
the
makes it clap. He makes them clap without their hands.
Oh no, I never.
Yeah, it comes up in my Instagram
I like the
suggestions all the
ones
time.
where it's the guy that takes a picture of a guy and asks the girl, "Would you date this guy?" And she's like, "No, he's trash or whatever." So he doesn't know how to dress.
Yeah.
And then he takes that video over to the guy that he took the picture of, and he just totally like Sigma chats her.
Oh,
it's pretty good.
It's good.
Atherline's in the chat.
That's a good one there.
We got is this another super chat?
Another super chat from L.A. Munoz. Give me a 5-hour endless loop bonk. Yeah, we were contemplating a stream, like kind of like a telethon, where people could send in super chats, and then for every super chat, the bonk would get exponentially longer.
Right. We would have to set up some more like an AI algorithm. So when you super chat, the bonk is longer and on a loop. So every time. So
yeah.
But here we're gonna bonk. Give you a bonk here, and maybe we'll do a one loop of it because you can loop videos now. So
oh yeah, that would work.
We'll do really well. This one's a pretty good one. There you go.
All right, there we go, everybody.
It's a really good.
That's a good one. Perfect. Yeah, that was great.
Little clap for him there.
Very, very good. Look, we got Sumo Thori gifting 5 memberships to the channel in the chat here.
Jesus!
Yeah, so Paper Wizard picked one up.
Yeah.
And Proby.
Jesus!
And Corey Barton.
Jesus!
And there was one more that I missed up there.
I'll do a little scroll up for you, Brandon.
And L.E. Munoz.
Mr. Ali.
Jesus!
Thank you, Sumo Thori.
Thanks for joining the channel. Hopefully you guys enjoy using those channel emojis. Here on the Zaid Comics YouTube channel.
And I have something I've been working on that I don't know if I can even release it or if I can when I can release it. But I've been working on some audio books of comics that I've written.
Okay.
Right?
Like where you're reading them?
I'm reading them.
Oh, yeah.
And the art goes along with it.
Okay.
All right. And there would be something I'd put up for channel members, right? And of course, we have the Lost Pages stories, which are more shorter stories, which I wanted to do. But I just finished one.
And then
throwing it out here.
Is this a you're taking the existing comic books and kind of transcribing them into audiobook, or are you just
basically
reading them?
Our comics,
You're just reading them.
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing the voices as well?
Yeah, for sure. I love to do.
Excellent,
a lot of people in the scene know that I love to do voices, and I think they really appreciate when I do read things in voices. So I think it's something that people are going to like. The first one I did, I'm not sure if I'm able to release it, but we'll try. We'll try to get it done.
Yeah. Ellie Muniz says that this is like the SNL skit for the sweaty balls. Yeah, I wish we had a local baker on here today. We could have talked about their delicious pastries.
Yeah. Well, maybe I could get some of the people from the local matcha shop down.
Oh,
I
that would be good.
do. I do frequent the local matcha shop. It's called
I'm
Wonderful.
getting a text message saying you're off. You are off.
What does that mean?
I don't know what that means. Voices help with hearing sound even if they're too loud.
Can you guys
hear us?
Hear us? Also, are we on?
Oh, see, Sonny Crockett says everyone loves good pastries. So
yeah, see,
so we must be audible. All right.
Yeah, so maybe we'll get some matcha people in. I also got a text message saying you're off.
Yeah,
which I don't know what that means.
You are off.
So people are saying they can hear us. What? We hear you both. There we go. Thank you guys so much.
Maybe it was like the kill face postcard that he mailed out at the beginning of Frisky Dingo, where it was "You are doom."
Yeah.
Which, what does that even mean?
Mm-hmm. I'm not really sure what that means. But if you guys were here for last week's episode, you saw the new small Lost Pages tome that we'll be doing for next campaign.
Yeah, huge disappointment for everybody.
Yeah, everybody was disappointed they weren't able to buy it now, but make sure you're on the mailing list. We're going to be launching next month, working on a trailer right now, and there you go. It's going to be amazing. Let's get into some topics here, Brandon.
Yeah. As we are coming up on the second 20-minute segment of the Zaid Comics channel right here, the Diaz Brothers Friday stream. We'll get into some topics right now.
We're getting some topics.
What's the first topic we have to talk about today,
I
Phil?
wanted to show some art off of some of our, what would you call them, compatriots, Brandon? Is that a word? Compadres?
It depends. Are you a Soviet? You might call them comrades.
I wouldn't, but I could. Let's see. This is some art here from a Mr. Dean James, an Australian from down under, a young lad. And he's been doing both for sale. If you guys are interested, 11 by 17.
Awesome. 11 by 17. Good size.
Traditional. Look at these traditional colors here.
Very cool. There's the sword blade come across, the one laying across the piece of art. Does that come with the art?
No, I think that's drawn on
I think
the
that's
art.
drawn on the art. Wow, it looks fantastic.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, looks great.
So this is, of course, Tiger Blue, the very popular character out of RGB Studios.
Yeah, Tiger Blue was doing excellent. Had those action figures.
Yeah,
print action figures.
One of my favorites from last year.
Very popular with the Crack Pack crowd.
Yes, the Crack Pack loves it, and so should they. I think it's a great character. Yeah. He has a lot of potential. And
the only Comicsgate comic that had come with a Crack Rock.
That's true. Yeah. Doing the Crack Rock there. And then the next one, I think this is Aerith Saga, which is kind of a cyberpunk book. Very cool too. Yeah, Dean known around this parts to be really leveling up. I think he's the artist on The Embrace, and excited for that next book, The Embrace.
Yeah, and the touch of the pattern on the pants legs there, that kind of leopard print going on there, and then the thong on the outside of the pants is a nice touch I appreciate.
Yeah, very 80s.
Very colorful as well. A lot of movement happening in this piece. Quite enjoy.
Amazing.
Owl Comics is saying Roach Balls also came with a Crack Rock. I was not aware of that.
Disproving you.
Yeah,
there you go.
Good fact checking.
A change of a Crack Rock is inevitable.
Sumo Authority putting in the first bid $1 confirmed.
Okay, yeah, hit up.
I'll have to pass that along to Dean.
Hit up Dean. All right. And now this next one, this is from over 10 days ago, but I wanted to show it off anyways. This is kind of like near and dear to the...
Well, here on the DIAZ Brothers Show, we always appreciate good art. So
yeah, well, we have the artist is actually in the chat right now, Mr. Hal Comics.
Oh, great.
Doing some Morbius.
It's Morbin time. It is, in fact, Morbin time.
It's Morbin time.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah, I actually really like this piece. Very strong jawline, great bone structure. Must be like a Native American. He's got those high cheekbones.
Yes, very high cheekbones.
And just the hair is great as well. Get some Morbin time in the chat. So shout outs to Alan, who's a great artist in the chat. We're working with him all the time. And if you like Morbius, maybe he'll sell you this sketch.
Yeah, I'm sure there are a lot of artists that just have piles of traditional art laying around.
Yeah, well, he's been posting a lot of his warm-ups, like a lot of artists do. I think that was a warm-up.
Yeah, it's a great piece.
Yeah, so not a lot of these guys get to get on auctions and stuff. So if you're an art collector, hit some of these artists up. All right.
What as we go into the 28th minute of the DIAZ Brothers stream for this Friday night,
That's right.
What else do we have to talk about today? Perhaps we should let the viewers know, if you guys are fresh to tonight's stream, we are speaking softly as there is a documentary being filmed in the room just behind us. And
right behind Salama.
Paper thin.
Very thin walls, so we're trying to keep it down. But also entertaining for you in the chat here. After the show, of course, Michael Bancroft's going to be on after the show. If we go take a look at the CGIF lineup here, Bancroft does start at 9, so we will be redirecting you. Tell your friends, go to Twitter, retweet the tweet that we're on here, and let's get some more guys in here. Because we got some news. Like this is big news, Brent. Now, are you aware of who Carol Baskin is? I
have heard the name, and then I had to see a picture of her, as I thought it was a different person. But I did see this bouncing around the internet recently.
Amazing. Yeah, this was a big point of contention in the Tiger King documentary series. Carol Baskin. A lot of people thought that she killed her husband, but this just came out recently that Carol Baskin's ex-husband, who was declared legally dead in 2002 after going missing, which is interesting. You go missing.
So he's been missing for 20 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
You go missing and then
time.
No one finds you. They just declare you dead, which is interesting. He was found alive and well in Costa Rica. And there is an article here.
Has this been corroborated?
I mean, New York Post. This is just today. Is this today?
No, because today is the 20th.
Maybe this is just the date. Here, the article is 2 days. 2 days ago.
2 days ago, yeah.
Husband found alive, but no one noticed. They said they found him last year, I believe. During the TV show, her Legs That Are X was declared legally dead in 2002 after disappearing for a few years before he was actually alive and well. However, not everyone's buying it, Brandon.
Well, if he is alive, that would explain how Adolf was able to survive for so long.
That's right. That's South America water down there. There he is.
You could, they're not doing a very good job tracking people down if that's the case. Although I could imagine that you probably could go and find a small village somewhere out in Costa Rica and just never be seen again. It's supposed to be a nice area.
So this is a quote here. They said, "My husband, Don Lewis, is alive and well in Costa Rica, and yet all of this drama has been made about me having something to do with his disappearance when Homeland Security has known where he is." So the theory was that she fed him to the tigers. That's why there was no evidence.
Right. That is, there was a documentary about that, right?
I think so.
I didn't watch it.
Disappeared in 97 at the age of 59. He would be 84.
Oh, he disappeared in 97.
Yeah, I guess then
26 years.
In 2002, he was declared dead.
More than 26 years, yeah.
Let's see here. So, yeah, I mean, there should be, I think they were talking about a Tiger King 2. One of the really exciting things that came out of Tiger King 2, was there a Tiger King 2? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was not aware of that.
A lot of things on Netflix, you know?
Yeah. Some might say too many things.
Well, I mean, let's see what the chat is saying about this.
They're talking about the fact that they think that the documentary that's happening in the next room is not real.
No, it's
quite real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite real. Nail Bunny saying 84, not likely. You know, people live. People
do live, yeah.
People live. He's a Monster says, if you listen real close, you can hear the lining being hit out.
I'd be missing a key reference there. I don't know. I'm not sure what that means.
Yeah, so speaking of Netflix, there's another.
Yeah.
There's another thing on Netflix that just dropped. And that is what would you call it? A threequel?
I mean, it's a sequel.
It's a sequel.
Right? Because it's not a direct sequel to the second sequel. It's just another in the series, right?
So the hit show of the,
or
early
you could
2000s.
say, I don't know, would it be more of a spin-off? I mean, it is more of a direct sequel than the first.
We could say
sequel.
spin-off. We could say spin-off. So that 70s show, as you know, beloved show from the early 2000s. Maybe, when do you think it started? 99?
It was pretty early. I didn't look it up.
As another spin-off, they did that 80s show, which failed, and now Netflix is bringing back that 90s show.
Yeah, that 90s show, yeah.
That 90s show. And you could binge watch it on Netflix, as my parents did.
Mm-hmm. Probably better reviews than Alma. I hope for. And a lot of cameo appearances by the original that 70s show cast.
So I did watch the first episode.
Mm-hmm. How did you feel about it? I didn't really watch the first episode.
So the first episode starts with Red and Kitty, the parents of that 70s show.
Right.
And I would say within 5 minutes, you see Eric Foreman.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Hot Donna comes in too. Mm-hmm. So I was very, happy. I'm like, oh, we're not going to, they know what they're doing.
Sure.
They're getting what people want to see.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, the first 10, 15 minutes.
Fan service.
Yeah, you get some fan service. The first 10 minutes, you get Eric and Donna interacting with the parents. You meet the new daughter of them too. Eric's going to take her to space camp. She doesn't want to go. She rushes into meeting the neighbor and becoming best friends with her, which is kind of forced, I felt like.
Sure. Well, there's a lot to get in the first episode.
And then there's a group of teens, like the original, that you don't really know where they came from. Just like now they're hanging in the basement because she's not going to go to space camp for the summer. And then before the end, you get Kelso and Jackie.
Okay.
Because their son is going to be like Eric's son's, their daughter's love interest, I think.
Okay.
But the interactions with the kids was kind of cringy and awkward at first. I don't know.
The chat is asking if there was any Danny Masterson showed up in the that 90s show. Are we going to see any Danny Masterson, the actor who played Hyde?
I know. I don't think there was any Hyde.
Yeah,
No.
I can't imagine.
Did he get canceled or something?
Yeah, he got in trouble.
I never trusted his curly hair.
My hopes for this were higher than what we got from the sequel series for Boy Meets World, because the nice thing about that 90s show, at least, is that you do kind of get some of those anchor characters from the original series. And in Girl Meets World, which was the sequel, it focused on the kids, and it barely had anything to do with the characters that we grew up knowing and loving.
Right. So I can only speak on the first episode. I think the biggest part we'll miss is Mitch, Donna's mom.
Oh yeah,
rest in peace.
Yeah, she's gone.
She's gone. And I wonder if we'll get Bob though, Donna's dad. Is he dead?
I don't know.
So you guys could watch this if you want. Spoilers: the Asian kid's gay.
Yeah,
he doesn't have a funny accent though.
Oh, that's too bad.
He's just Asian.
Yeah.
Now I thought that maybe she was the daughter of the foreman daughter was going to be a lesbian.
My concern about the show was that the writers were not going to be able to put themselves in the mindset of the 90s.
Yeah.
Because there's so much cultural differences now, especially in TV and cinema.
Well, they're playing that up because they want to make it seem like it's really 90s. You have like the girl singing "You Ought to Know," wearing headphones.
Right. Yeah.
And the music stuff. So
that's true. Wildcard brings up Fuller House. That's another one that was kind of a.
I like the first season, just because, well, we don't have to get into it. But Amanda B is here. What's up, Amanda? Maybe Amanda, you're wondering why we're speaking like this. Jay Ryan as well. Some newcomers in the chat. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
We're in the 39th minute of the Diaz Brothers show here on the Z Comics channel.
That's
here
where we
on this Friday night of CGIF, and we're here doing a different type of show tonight because they are currently filming a documentary in the office that's right behind Mike there. So we don't want to penetrate the walls.
We'll
with
be
our
picked
voices.
up on the microphones.
Yeah. And needs to be nice and quiet.
So we're chilling out a little bit tonight. We don't want to, we still want to bring the excitement, but in a calming golf setting type, library-esque
Sure.
And, style.
And you can still have fun at the library. Everybody knows.
Oh, yeah. In fact, my girlfriend called me from the library not yesterday.
Not yesterday. That's interesting.
I think that's how you say that. But she did call me and was at the library. So Diaz Brothers After Dark. Okay. We are in the 39th. Well, it's now the 40th minute. And let's get kind of a segue. We were talking about that 90s show. And we have that 70s and 90s show star, Topher Grace, tweeting.
He's doing an extra promo.
Doing an extra promo here.
Yeah.
I think this was today or yesterday. Topher Grace official account. He says, please don't forget the other 70s show spinoff, also out today, and this is the he tweets out that 70s show, a triple X parody.
Yeah, sex, jugs, and rock and roll. 70s style.
70s style.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were. Well, I wasn't. I never seen this, but if you look close here, let's look through the cast and crew. Of course, you got kind of a Mila Kunis face here.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know who this is. He seems like a mechanic, some sort.
That's probably Kelso. That's probably what they're going for there.
Yeah. This looks like Elliot Page.
Does look like Elliot Page. You're right.
Stand in for Eric Foreman. Obviously Hyde, but is that the right wig?
No, he had more of the afro going on.
Yeah, the hill fro. Fez. Now, this was brought to my attention. This actually kind of looks like Kitty.
It does.
So
It
good
does look
casting.
like Kitty. Yeah, they did a good job
casting
there.
on the mom.
In
there.
fact, if you check the comments on this particular post, the Kitty analog character in this parody seems to be the most popular with the commenters. Yeah.
Okay. And then this lady, who she seems to have an extended torso.
Right.
Very long
Very
abdominal
long.
region. Interesting.
Yes. Long spine.
Couldn't get an actual redhead. Had to get a lady with a wig.
I don't think anybody's hair in this photo is their actual hair.
Yeah, maybe this one.
I feel like when you're doing the casting call on this type of production, you kind of take what you can get.
Yeah. I was also, wondering where Red was, right? Because they can miss out on a big opportunity here to make his kind of like famous line of putting his foot in someone's ass a reality.
Very true. Yeah.
So they could have did
an excellent opportunity.
So there you go. You guys can check that out as well.
Is in fact a 2-disc set. I just noticed that.
You think they have special features or outtakes?
Sure they do. Yeah, and it's shot in HD as well. Can we scroll down and is there any? That's the bottom.
Yeah.
So no production date on this one, guys, but we'll have to find out maybe in another episode.
It would have been funny if this was a photo that Topher Grace took. Like he has this, that would be good.
Yeah, and the fact that was tweeted out by Topher Grace, absolutely hilarious,
iconic.
It, to me, that really is. It makes up for the atrocious betrayal of Eddie Brock.
Oh yeah, it's in the Spider-Man 3 film.
Yeah,
that wasn't great.
He had some retribution here tonight with that very funny post.
Yeah, great stuff by Topher Grace. I always liked his humor in the show. He had some good comedic, unique comedic timing to himself. Let's see what people are saying here. Scrolling down. Michael Bancroft says long lady bodies was a very 90s thing. Yeah, that's true. If you guys ever did those drawing sessions in like the Bart Sears Wizard magazines, scrolling down. You seeing anything here, Ben?
I'm reading the other chat.
We got a question here from Dark Lord Fudd. Hey guys, so what is this tonight? The Zaid Bros casting couch, just missing Cecil? I mean, it's a statement. Yeah, we've been doing this, this set for a year now. Probably a year now.
Yeah, it's probably getting close to the year anniversary of using this.
So this is the Diaz Brothers set. If we have some people from out of town come in, maybe, C2E2 is coming up, which is a big comic convention over here. Maybe we'll have some people out on the couch when we do our Friday show. We'll see. We'll see.
Eddie Winkler asking why we're whispering. Well,
good question.
We are in the 46th minute of the Diaz Brothers show here on the Zaid Comics YouTube channel. We are presenting in this stylized tone tonight. There's a documentary being filmed just beyond the wall behind Salma Hayek here, and we are trying to keep it down so as to not disturb the audio over there.
Yeah, we don't want to be picked up by the mics, okay? But thank you for being here. I hope you guys do stick around. We could still bring the hype. Amanda B says they're getting asked it a lot. That's good. We're getting new people in the show.
Chat engagement is very important for a show.
Talking to the chat. There's yes, I remember his documentary, and we'll both be featured in that documentary.
Yeah,
it'll come out sometime in the future. He's a Monster says I've only been around like 6 or 7 months.
No, it says mouths, Phil.
Well,
I've only been around like 6 or 7 mouths.
Okay, and CG really hates me. They really hate me. I don't think so.
Well, I could see maybe some CGers not like being called a mouth.
Yeah, I don't mind it. Now, we like you. He's a monster. You're always welcome in the chat.
It is true that some CGers are more mouths than comic creators.
That's true.
And in some cases,
some people could say that.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Sooner GM says show has that Shane Davis interview energy tonight.
Well, I'm trying to keep the word and to a minimum.
Yeah, well, we're trying to kind of enlighten or heighten our abilities of palaver, so
true. And the suspense builds. The lean in is what we're going for.
Plus that Shane interview was very played a lot. People really like talking about it, so maybe we'll hit that level one day. Amanda B says, since I'm not a creator, am I a mouth?
You'll have to ask. He's a monster. Are you one of the 6 or 7 mouths that he's been around?
I would say Amanda is a consumer.
True.
Mouths do consume.
Masticate.
And I also would say Amanda is at this point, a personality. She has her own shows now. She's on shows. And she uses her mouth to postulate? No, postulate.
Postulate.
Is that the right word? Postulate.
You can use the word postulate depending on if you know what the definition of the word postulate is.
Let's say I do. And we do have a new super chat. So thank you. Thank you for the super chat, Mr. Dale A for $5 says, Phil, picked you and Shelby up some dollar bin bangers today. I'll get them in the mail. Hail Dale.
Now,
that's great. Thank you so much, brother.
Here's the thing. Not a lot of people are aware of this.
Yeah.
Phil is not a fan of sausages.
I don't.
So I feel like, Dale, you might want to send those bangers to somebody else.
That's true. I don't like sausage. So if the dollar bin bangers,
right? I assume he's from England.
I hope not. But if they are sausages, I'd say send them to Shelby. But if they're comics, I appreciate it. I think maybe I'm going to try to stream tomorrow with Shelby midday. Maybe get my buddy Dan Dahl on there and look at the rest of the comics we got. So hit that subscribe if you guys haven't, because we're streaming a lot. All right. And here, of course, is a bonk for you. Please, everybody, turn your volume down so as to not hurt your ears and get contusions.
Fair warning.
Here we go.
Here we go.
So we have thank you so much again. We have Mr. Anon saying pontificate, which is also a word.
Sure.
I could have used, but let me just make sure. Postulate, suggest or assume the existence or fact or truth of something as a basis of reasoning, discussion, or belief. So could I have used that, Brandon?
Well, I don't know how much she postulates.
Well, you don't know her as well as I do.
Postulate is something that you're doing about coming up with a theory or something, right? So you postulate about ancient archaeology, holding the truths from the people.
So you postulate a lot?
No, I postulate all the time.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite pastimes.
Pontificate.
Yeah.
A J. Ryan, avid chatter.
So I don't know if you saw this here. We just got another 5 memberships for the Zaid Comics channel here going into the 43rd minute here. We got 5 more super chats.
53rd, sorry. 53rd,
What did I say?
43rd.
Oh, I said 43rd.
53rd minute.
Yeah.
Sumo Authority.
Jesus!
Sumo Authority donating another 5 memberships.
Beautiful.
So those got
Thank you
picked
so
up
much.
by Dark Lord Fudd,
Jesus!
Agent Zero Studios,
Jesus!
Angela Curry,
Jesus!
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 As well as Nornrad 2 Turbo.
Thank you so much, Sumo. Always a provider in these parts. And we just sent out your sketch cards for CG Vacation. We had those last straggler sketch cards to get out there. Whack-ass Sumo. They're in the mail. And I did have J. Ryan was saying, this is a non-triggering stream, is a safe space, if you will, from the loud noises. Yes. Unless you do super chat.
Yes, and your ears will bleed.
Yeah. We have Paul Gibb in the chat. He says, hail Comicsgate, hail Zaid Comics, and the chat. Thank you for being here,
Thanks
Paul.
for joining us today here.
Yeah, if you have not subbed to the channel or seen us before, we're usually not this quiet, right? You see, we're going into we're in the 54th minute of the show. And on the other side of this wall here, they're filming a documentary with very sensitive, expensive cameras that have tripods made of carbon fiber.
Yeah.
We need to ask Craig how much those tripods cost.
Yeah. I can't fathom why a tripod needs to be made out of carbon fiber.
Well, they're very heavy duty looking. They're large.
Sure.
You need a good height on them. And they're housing a very large, heavy camera on
But
top.
don't you think
expensive
that
camera
aluminum could do the job at a fraction of the cost? Imagine, if you will, earlier last year, you having won the 96,000 Arizona iced tea cans, right? How many aluminum tripods could you have turned those into that would have functioned just as well as the carbon fiber tripod?
I think
for a fraction of the cost.
The integrity of the aluminum is too weak. They get banged up. You know,
that's true. I could see them being bent where carbon fiber is not going to bend.
It's very strong.
But I don't think the price would be justified on a carbon fiber tripod.
We have J Dollar sign in the chat. Speaking of J Dollar, it's a kind of a perfect segue here.
Excellent. As we go into the 56th minute here on the Zaid Comics channel, the Diaz brothers stream this Friday night. This is an excellent topic to bring up right now.
Thank you for being here, Jay Dalla. We have some stuff to show off here. The first thing is what this is talking about in the stream title. Stream title, Barrel Brings Joy. So we have a couple tweets here. The first being of Mr. Gordon Goodbrother. He says, hello.
Yeah.
And it is the inside. It's a lone picture. The inside of the blue Lost Pages barrel.
Body in the barrel version.
That's right.
Of the Lost Pages edition version of the barrel from last year's 5 Barrels of December that we did.
That's right. So if you guys are avid Diaz Brothers watchers, you will remember the barrels. And this is the one that Gordon Goodbrother did win, was sent to him free with a certificate. So thank you for posting that, Mr. Goodbrother. We appreciate it. And before we go any further in the 57th minute of the Diaz Brothers show this week, we do have a new contributor, a new super chatter, a new Zader here, Pete Callan. Haven't seen you in a while, Pete Callan, the mange man. Great to see you. Always love seeing you in the other chats. Really a mainstay of the chats around the scene here.
Of course.
Pete Callan goes on to say, I like how you two talk erotically. And he puts that in two words as to not get a shadow banned on the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Erotically to each other. Now that's
it's a subjective thing. I feel like some people can construe it as such.
Right.
I think that we're just doing the show that we can without disturbing the documentary.
Right. We're trying to do, you're not going to make everyone happy.
Plus, right? I think it brings a sense of AM radio style culture to Comicsgate that Comicsgate really lacks.
It's been missing for a while. You were trying to make the people in the other room happy, at the same time entertaining you guys, and you kind of trying to take the eroticism out of our minds while we're speaking like this,
See, Henry B. misunderstands. The show must go on quietly.
Yeah. Yes. But something that's not quiet is a bonk for Mr. Pete Callan. We appreciate you, and just like everyone else, you deserve a bonk if you do super chat.
And so watch your ears, everyone.
Yeah. Be careful.
Cover your ears.
So let's get back to Jay Dalla, who says, I'm feeling like I'm laying in a bed listening to Dr. Drew when I'm 16 again.
Yeah. Are you familiar with the Dr. Drew? I forget what the show was called. He and Adam Carolla had a show.
Is that Loveline?
Late night. Yeah, Loveline. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, people would call in, and often they would be fake calls, but nonetheless, still entertaining.
Well, let's get back to Mr. J Dalla sign.
As we head into the second hour, the Diaz Brothers show here on the Zaid Comics channel.
Now we're going to have to, we got a video for you straight from Mr. J Dalla himself. He says, I got a barrel from the Zaid brother, and he meant brothers. He tagged us both, so we appreciate that. And we're going to share this, and I hope you guys enjoy this. This is a little Jay Dalla. I hope you guys can hear it.
It's another not much audio suspense building.
Yeah. I think he's got some music there. I'm not sure if we're going to get struck for that. Hopefully not. I don't know if he's showing his address here either, but it is on Twitter.
No, he cut out the address.
It's good to have him on the show. Very well packaged. Ooh, look at that.
And you could see that certificate of authenticity that he took off the screen there.
And he'll show that, yeah. Now this is this the gummy?
Yeah, this is the gummy barrel.
The gummy barrel.
You can see right here on the certificate of authenticity signed by both of us there.
Amazing. Just amazing. The best chatters, you know. They come out, they enter these contests, and they show off what they're getting.
The chat cannot believe the sound entering their ears as if being born again. Yeah, there was much contention for that barrel toward the end of the 5 barrels of December last year.
Mm-hmm. She likes Amanda B likes the clear barrel.
Yeah, did the person who won the clear barrel, did they show it off on Twitter?
No, I don't think so. I know we had some other winners were Rand Nada.
Mm-hmm. Joe Wapner.
Joe Wapner was the first one. He had the golden barrel.
Mm-hmm.
A great barrel indeed. It is not edible.
It is not edible, unfortunately. We have not moved into the realm of candies yet.
One day. Maybe one day.
I would like to.
J. Ryan says Sumo is making his own line of barrels.
Yes, the counterfeit inferior barrels.
Yeah, I do have Sumo's address, so you might get a cease and desist in the mail.
You never know.
Henry Bemis says Henry Bemis won one, didn't he? Yeah, the purple barrel is clearly the best barrel because it won.
That's the one he won.
That's the one he won. Yeah.
Yeah, excellent barrel. Translucent purple catches the light very, very well.
Very, very beautiful. Now we do have a new guest or a new chatter in the chat here. 2 brain cells. It says, what's with the sedated voice tones?
Well, as we are in the 63rd minute here on the Diaz Brothers stream on the Zaid Comics channel, we are bringing you a little AM radio style commentary here on the Zaid Comics channel as we are trying to not raise our voices. So there's a documentary being filmed in the room just behind Selma Hayek there, and we don't want to disturb their audio equipment, so we're giving you a little toned down Diaz Brothers show, something everybody can slip into, get a little comfy, and head into the CGIF lineup tonight. Yeah, and just coast into Saturday.
If you guys can, we still have some more time to the show, about a little under 30 minutes left. So maybe take time to get yourself a warm glass of milk and cozy up for a little bit. We do have another super chat from Pete Callan, the Mage Man, for $2. He says, this is how you spoke to Cecil before the Eiffel Tower. Now that is
I've never been to France.
Never been to France either.
I've seen some videos of Paris, and
how's Paris nowadays?
Not something that looks like where I would want to go.
Is that true?
Homeless population is skyrocketing. Really? Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. So I've never been to Paris.
Thank you for the super chat, Peter. And here is your bonk. Let's see what people are saying. Saying hi to Improbi is in the chat. Thank you for being here, Improbi. Scrolling down. Good Brother says blue is the best. Now,
yeah, I think he won the bottom.
The blue one, correct. Another super chat. He's a monster with a $20.
Wow,
$20
much
super
appreciated.
Chat.
Jesus!
Thank you for the super chat, brother. He's a monster goes on to say, slowly and softly, they are just jokes. I am Captain Agro. Remember Pete J. Dalla, a.k.a. Baby Malin, a.k.a. Cantaloupe, baby Cantaloupe, softly enunciated correctly. This episode brought to you by Duggan, aka He's a Monster. That was beautiful. It was like a soliloquy. Yeah, almost like a inner monologue on a stage play. Really appreciate it, and you will get a large bonk for your troubles here, sir, and for your awesomeness. Thank you. No, you guys could clap. Just clap softly.
Thank you very much for the incredible super chat there.
Amazing.
So we are in the 67th minute here on the Diaz Brothers Show on the Zaid Comics channel. I'd like to remind everybody that the Diaz Brothers Show is brought to you guys from generous donations like viewers like you.
That's right.
Thank you.
And if you guys want to, support us, but get something, not only the entertainment of a stream, but something you can bring home, read, pass on to your kin, drop off at a standalone book depository.
Lending library.
You open the door, you take a book, and you leave a book. You may be interested in going to zaidcomics.com and checking out many of our Zaid Comics products, whether it be comics, apparel, art, or the butt book art book. You can get all of our links through here, whether it be YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, our CG Vacation book off of Indiegogo, the sign up, anything you really need. Also, if you guys are human, I'm sure you've drinking liquids recently. You could definitely use a magic cup for only $10. Is that including shipping, Brennan?
Yes.
Wow, that's including shipping, everyone. So check out the Magic Cup. It'll be shipped to your door. All of these products are ready to ship. Check those out. And we really appreciate it. That's why we do this. We do this for the books, for getting stories out there, and building a better tomorrow through American comics. Thank you. All right, Nefarious is in the chat again. He says, drink water and hug your mother. That's right.
Great advice.
Great advice. Comics Legend, a legendary question.
Excellent questions from Comics Legend.
Question asker here says, Zaid Comics, hello Diaz brothers in the chat. For some reason,
If
you no longer,
for some reason.
Oh, sorry. If for some reason you no longer worked in the arcade, would you focus full-time on comics, or would you have to get another day job?
Well,
interesting question.
It's unusual because a lot of the time we are focused on comics and art. We do have a very unique work environment here, which affords us the ability to work on things while we're also doing our day job work. Unfortunately, the comic books that Zaid Comics produces floats Zaid Comics, but could not support 2 full-grown adult men.
Overgrown.
Yeah. So if for whatever reason we didn't have jobs here, we'd probably have to get another job.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So, but, if we got to that point where the comics sustained us, we'd be putting out more comics, right?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Like I was just I don't think I mentioned this on a stream last week, but talking to Brandon, looking through kind of all the story ideas and plots that I have going forward for the future, I think that ZAID Comics, at its potential, could, its full potential could be sustaining itself off of almost monthly issues of comics. Like, that's how much I write and ideas I have to get out there. The only thing that's holding us back from that is the capital of paying artists and, trying to pay them as well as we can.
And I would say also the audience that's required to sustain a business model like that. You need to sell more than 500 copies of something. And so, that would be great.
Yeah, hopefully we're trying to get to that place, everyone. And you guys are along for the ride, we hope. We appreciate it. Let's see. Overgrown, that's right. Nefarious says, Phil could get a job as a radio host for a classical music radio station with how soothing his voice is. Yeah, I wonder how much they get paid, Brandon. These radio.
I heard
voices.
Radio does not pay very well, and the hours are bad.
Hours are bad, yeah.
Unless you're probably maybe if you're the talent, maybe it's not so bad.
Yeah, maybe. Gordon Good Brothers says, imagine how many graphic novels and calendars we can get. That's true. I forgot to mention the calendar is now on the ZAID Comics site if you guys need a calendar.
True. And there's very few left, actually. I would say there's maybe 15 at the most.
Yeah, ready to ship out, $20 including shipping. And you guys could grab that if you need a calendar. It's got 13 months. Beautiful art from amazing comic creators and fan favorite characters. So there you go. Check that out. All right. What's the time, Brandon?
So we are 73 minutes into the Diaz Brothers show here on the ZAID Comics YouTube channel. Thank you, everybody, for listening with us tonight.
Yes.
As we are in the first block of the CGIF lineup for this beautiful Friday night we have here.
Yeah, make sure you stay tuned. Bancroft is after this show. And we do have, I guess we could do a little bit of death of the week.
Yeah.
You
right after the weather. So right now here in the Chicagoland area, it is 0 degrees Celsius and dry, but looking like rain soon.
Now, you were watching a weather video on YouTube today.
Yeah.
Is there any predictions you have from that video for the people?
Well, he was saying that there was going to be a massive cold front coming in before. And that's going to last a week or so, right before another big warm front that brings us back up into the weather that we've been enjoying here in the Midwest for a while, which has been in the 50s range, 40s and 50s range.
There will be a melting in the spring. So there you go. Jay Ryan asking a hard-hitting question says, this is Friday?
That's true.
And I believe it is.
Today is Friday in California. Huh? True.
For anyone looking for the reminder out there, yeah, it is today. It is, in fact, Friday in California.
That's right. It's still Friday. Comic Legends, a little feedback here. He says, great show. Love the soothing voices. Yeah, maybe this will, every once in a while, maybe we'll bring it back. But I know we really soon we want to do a little play along. Well, not play along, but we wanted to play a game, maybe do a little pajama day, Maybe we'll come and bring the pajamas.
Yeah.
And play a video game that from our childhood. It's called Pajama Sam.
Yeah. And the video game streams are very popular.
Yeah.
And I think it would be interesting content to play a game nobody's played in 20 years.
That's right. Pajama Sam, a great game, has a connection to comic books. which is why we're here, and some really cool characters, puzzle game. So stay tuned to that. Maybe in a couple weeks we'll be able to play some Pajama Sam. So I'm really looking forward to that. P. Callan says, Brandon got a great radio voice. Phil sounds like he wants to put his finger in my ear.
Wet Willie.
That was my nickname in high school.
Phil's famous for the Wet Willie.
He's a monster with another chat says, if I wrap myself in CG comics, would in turn I be CG man? It's really deep thought, but I would say yes. All right, now let's get into, now that we have the weather taken care of, another segment reoccurring. Warning for your ears, everyone. Once again, warning for your ears. The death of the week.
It's time for the death of the week.
Of course, the death of the week, unofficially sponsored by Death, which is an amazing comic on Indiegogo right now. It is currently unsearchable, so you'll have to someone will have to drop the link in the chat here. But just crossed $80,000, so congratulations to John J.B. Ball. And we're going to take a look at some stuff. Now, this is from an account called No Context Brits. No Context Brits.
They often have some interesting videos. The British are wild.
Yeah, really interesting people, coming out of the tribes up there in, mid to northern Europe. What would you say, Brandon?
For the United Kingdom?
Yeah, would you say they're coming from Germanic tribes?
The Saxons,
yeah,
the Angles,
the
Nords at some point.
Yeah, I'm sure they were raided and pillaged, but let's see what they're up to in 2023.
All right.
Let's see how this is. Let's see if there's a lady on a scooter here.
Yeah, definitely looks British.
Let me lower the volume a little bit.
We'll keep it quiet here in the 78th minute, going into the 79th minute here.
Motored scooter. Oh.
Yeah, you can see it.
Not
very droll. Very droll.
They do have an interesting form of comedy there.
Yeah, you can see it.
I don't know who would let this lady do this, Oof. Just
yeah, you can see it.
Bouncing off. You hate to see it. I really hate to see it. And then this one is another one. A question is posed here. Let's see. How angry was she to do this in the ring? And I don't know if you saw this. I wanted to bring this up because I know this one would trigger my brother here. So let's see this one.
It's the same video.
They switched things around.
Yeah, I see that they've done tab-based sharing.
Yeah, tab-based sharing.
I did see this.
You did see this. What did you think of this?
For me, I don't like to damage people's vehicles as a form of revenge because the car didn't do anything to me.
Well, it almost sounds like you think the car is a sentient being.
I like cars, and that car has to go somewhere.
Yeah,
and maybe to the next person. And that person also didn't do anything to me.
Now this is like giving me Alfred Hitchcock vibes.
And as a person who eats sufficient amount of saturated fats, my emotional situation is quite stable.
Right.
So I'm not a violent maniac.
Yeah, I was hearing about that. Graham Nolan, avid CG jacked guy, was talking about the kind of mudslinging at saturated fats in the 1950s, leading to the defamation of them.
Yeah.
And then people thought they were bad for you, switching over to seed oils, trans fats. And that really has an effect on the human mind and emotional reactions, emotional responses, which is really interesting,
Yeah, that's very, very true. I'd like to point out the hypocrisy of YouTube here for a moment.
Okay. Let's talk about
that. I'm sure they're cool with, trans people and stuff. However, they're not letting bootleg Godzilla use the word ladyboy. They are censoring him saying ladyboy. Yeah.
You can't say ladyboy.
No, you can't say
a lot of people are proud
even
to
though
be ladyboys.
That is, in fact, an accepted term for many a trans person.
Right. Yeah, that's a lot of ladyboys out there. Shout outs to them. Living their lives. Very interesting, though. But yeah, trans fats. I mean, just stay away from them.
So,
please get some more water. Yeah, water's important.
It's important to stay hydrated.
That's right.
You always want to stay hydrated. Well, we are entering in the 83rd minute here on the DIAZ Brothers show on the Zaid Comics YouTube channel, and I appreciate almost 40 people here listening in with us tonight.
Yeah, just 7 minutes left. Just 7 minutes left to the show. Let me go back and see if we went through all of our topics here. Oh, no, we did not. There's something I'd like to promote here. We have something happening this weekend, if you guys didn't know. I'm sure a lot of you do, but wanted to bring this up anyways. Shane Davis is launching his own website.
Is this intentionally set up to coincide with the Chinese Lunar Year that's happening this Sunday?
It could, yeah. There's the new year, the new Chinese New Year is this Sunday.
Yeah.
And it is interesting that Shane is launching his website on the Lunar New Year.
Interesting. Yeah, I know he does have appreciation for the Orient.
That's right. He's been to the Orient a few times. He's fought over there, I believe. Not in any wars, but just other men in hand-to-hand combat. So Shane says this Sunday we'll be launching our own crowdfunding website, 9livescomics.com. He's a big Puss in Boots fan.
Sure. I can appreciate that.
We will be putting up an exclusive anatomic cover with lenticular card for the website. We won't be canceled.
We have this just in from Texas Mofo. The might not happen this Sunday, according to a latest Twitter post.
Is that what he said?
That's what Texas Mofo is saying.
So. I wish people would choose a lane. We just choose a lane. Well, how about maybe look out for this.
Yeah,
or
but you could always,
you could go fishing.
Sure.
You get plans already.
But make sure you guys have a good new Lunar New Year.
Yeah,
this Sunday coming up. Do we know what the New Year is going to be? They have not, unfortunately, added the barrel to the Chinese zodiac.
No, they
haven't. Do you know what?
Well, if anyone, is there any Orientals in the chat that would know what it is? Is anyone at currently a Chinese restaurant?
Yeah, they often have the placemats.
They could look down at the placemat and see which animal this just in.
It's the rabbit.
We're hearing it's the rabbit, which makes sense. Is this the Lunar New Year? There's the tail of the jade rabbit that lives on the moon in Chinese mythology.
Well, it's possible because there is a secondary layer to the Chinese zodiac of elementals, right? So you could have like the metal rabbit.
Oh, that's cool.
Something like that. So you can actually look up to see what
maybe specific it's the jade rabbit.
If it is the jade rabbit, that would be quite exciting.
I like that. Yeah, thank you.
Agent Zero Studio says he wants it to be the year of the Salama.
I would accept that. Now, this is the exclusive cover for his site. Maybe it's launching Sunday, maybe not. But I thought I'd give it a shout out.
Yeah. Sir Mix-a-Lot would appreciate that cover.
Mm-hmm. We have a bootleg Godzilla. What's a bootleg Godzilla? Good seeing you. He says tons of indie comic guys have their own websites, nothing new. Not sure why more CG doesn't use Indie Planet, though. I don't know what Indie Planet is.
I'm not familiar with
maybe
Indie
because
Planet.
people don't know.
Yeah.
I'll have to look this up. Thank
do
you
some
for bringing
investigation.
That,
maybe we'll talk
to
about
us.
it on another episode.
Yeah. Thank you. Noah, NDM Comics is in the chat. Good to see you, Noah. Scrolling down, here's Zed Comics. When and where does the arcade documentary debut? And will you be taking part in it? Yeah, so Brian and I are both featured in the documentary about our time here working. And we're not sure when it's going to come out. But
no, they've been filming for quite some time now.
Yeah.
And there's, I believe, prior to this week, there was 80 hours of footage from people being interviewed and just B-roll, stuff like that. So from what I understand, they put together a trailer for it, but there's still a lot that needs to be filmed for it. So I would not imagine to expect it for at least a year, if not more, just because of the amount of content that there would be.
And they were filming all last year too.
Yeah.
We got Indie Planet is a print-on-demand site. Oh, so I remember Kablam. So maybe this is a break-off of Kablam that just does print-on-demand stuff. Interesting. I'll have to look into that. Now, here's something interesting. Angela says Sheila Aliens is streaming now. Now, is that now this second? Or maybe now because she wasn't before? I know she's kind of like a alien conspiracy channel. I think she has some good subs on there,
Yeah, it's a hot topic.
But don't leave. She's
are
streaming now.
hot
Yeah.
right now.
Thanks for telling everyone, Angela. Appreciate that. P. Callan with another super chat.
$2 super chat. Excellent.
The Super Chatter Supreme. I like that title.
Shout out to Clarence Thomas for no particular reason.
Okay.
You know what Clarence Thomas is?
No.
It's a Supreme Court Justice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout outs.
Seemingly good guy.
Shout outs to Clarence. I like the name. I'll have to look him up later.
Yeah.
Thanks for the super chat. We appreciate you, Super Chatter Supreme. And here you go for your bonk. Clarence Thomas is the man.
Yeah.
Forgive me for my ignorance on.
Yeah. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he's been standing up for a lot of 2A things recently. And I can appreciate it.
Yeah. 2A.
Bootleg Godzilla is funny there. Clarence Thomas likes putting his pubes in women's drinks. I mean, who doesn't appreciate a good prank?
Yeah, that's
a
kind of
good
like,
victimless prank is
it's like a prank.
Good, yeah. Comedy gold.
Angela Curry's dated Clarence Thomas. Did you know that?
Wow, interesting. Should have hung on to that one. I could see him. He's going places.
Yeah,
and he's a very bright future.
Pete says he's black. You know him if you saw him, Phil.
Oh, okay.
Is that true?
Yeah.
All right, it is 8 o'clock, everybody. It is how long in the stream here, Brad?
This will be 91 minutes, just starting 91 minutes into the stream. And we are here at the 91-minute mark on the Zaid Comics channel with the Diaz Brothers show. And to sum it all up for you guys and Fresher Luke, we have been bringing you a little bit of culture from the AM radio days, as not to disturb the filming crew that's filming a documentary right behind Salma Hayek right there in that other office. So we appreciate you guys sticking with us tonight. And yeah, we had a great show.
It was a great show.
Anything else that we need to talk about here?
Yeah, if you guys...
As we round out this episode of the Diaz Brothers?
If you guys were looking for a gift for Valentine's Day for a buddy of yours, any of your kin, head on over to CG Vacation on Indiegogo. We're so close to 40,000 in funding, which would make this the biggest campaign yet. Another beautiful goal, a hit for the next one. Calendars, books, and all that great stuff. Hardcover book, beautiful book. Has amazing art from all of your favorites in CG. As you can see here, Dale Keown cover, Cyberfrog Pit, Art T. Bear's characters. Art T. Bear did art in here. You get the Starlight Cats if you guys like cats and stuff like that. So check that out.
It's a perfect,
really helps us out.
Perfect coffee table book.
That's right.
Put it out there and display it. You have a family gathering coming up for Valentine's Day.
And one thing, if you guys weren't here last week, this is the new product. I see we got Kayla in the chat. Thanks for being here, Kayla, to our quiet stream today. We're just finishing stuff out. You did walk into the ASMR, and if you didn't see this last week, we showed off the proofs to the new Lost Pages tome. The Lost Pages tome, which is digest size. It is a collection of all the Lost Pages stories so far, the first, the second, and the myths of the Lost Pages book. And it is in grayscale with the color so that you get the beautiful tones. You see his awesome Joe Ball artwork in here. So cool. Look at that. More Joe Ball double page spread for the myths of the Lost Pages. And this will be on the campaign for the Lost Pages 3. Be something new that you guys could get. And if you guys haven't read it, kind of a perfect way to have everything all in one spot. So really excited about that.
Yeah, that's very popular. I know everybody was looking forward to that last week.
Yeah, I actually forgot to make a post about it too. We just only talked about it on the stream.
Hey, we have a great chance to bump up the interest back into it again.
That's right. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to redirect you guys. I'm going to see. Hopefully Bancroft has started his show. You guys could stay here for a little bit, and we are going to send you all over, of course, as we always do every week, for a Zaid raid over to Bancroft's. And you guys do have to, when you go over there, give us a shout out. Sorry, I'm getting a little excited here, a little too loud. Give us a shout out and just type Zaid raid in the chat when you do go over there. And yeah, tell them we sent you. Thank you guys for being here.
Yeah, thank you guys.
It's been a great stream.
Remember, Zaid Comics streams are only possible because of viewers like you. Thanks.
Right. Have a good one, everyone.